Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Pondering the Process, where we embark on a journey of discovery with some of the most creative minds in the community and explore the making of their latest projects. This week, we're sitting down with Ebere to discuss one of her latest works, which came as a result of her recent journey into abstract arts. Thank you so much for joining, Ebere. It's so nice to have you here, and thank you for giving up your time.
Yeah, it's fine. You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. Also wanted to say thank you for being one of the people who has supported us from way before. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys for all you've done, and the fact that you're still providing support till today. It really means a lot. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. I think I remember those times. It's been a long time though.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So we had to take a small hiatus, but we're back and now we have an app and we're better than ever. So it's full steam ahead. So first of all, great work. It's nice to see people actually starting to give abstract art a try in the Nigerian creative space. It's very refreshing to see.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So told me that you titled this piece Soul Feel. So what does that title mean to you? And did you create the piece based on the title, or did you choose the title based on the piece?
Okay, the title Soul Feel came to me when I was done with the piece. Okay, what happened was that I painted the piece a day before, but I didn't complete it. So the next day, because I had the mindset shift, I just had a different interpretation of it. Then I just gave it a name, Soul Feel. Yeah, so it was after when I finished painting it. And then what does it mean to me? Okay, what came to my mind before I made that conclusion was that if you notice from the art piece, you see different variations of lines, of dark lines. You see some thick ones, you see some one behind that faint.
Yeah.
So what's so for me to me is that everybody has different desires or different goals that they're trying to achieve, or rather different thoughts in their mind. So it's more like those different desires that makes your soul feel more joyous. So the soul flow is just basically those things that drive you as a person personally, those things that make you feel more alive or feel more happy or joyous. That was soul means to me.
I see. So I guess the thicker lines are the part of the person that's more open.
Exactly, that's more dominating.
I see. So this is a piece that can apply to basically every individual, because everyone does have something. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, and what made you use black ink on white canvas?
Okay, for that particular piece, I saw something familiar somewhere, so it ignited me to do something like that. In fact, I had other ideas like the white background, then the ash background, and also a black background. So I decided to start with the white background and black ink. So there's no particular feeling or anything to it. I just wanted to try that out. I wanted to try 3 of them also. That's just the one I've done for now.
I see. So this is just one in a collection of multiple pieces that you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Are they all going to follow the same theme?
Yes, but just different aspects.
Looking forward to that. That's going to be pretty cool to see. So, what was your creative process like when you were creating this? Did you have a specific idea in mind, or was it something that evolved naturally as you worked on it?
I would say both of them applied. Okay, for the first one, I had in mind to try out the technique, that the splashing technique, as the major technique I'm using. So I wanted to try that out. And then in the process of making the art piece, I had other ideas. So that also influenced other things I did. So I had an idea of what I wanted to do. So I didn't really start the piece in a way of showing soul flow.
I see.
I started in the area of trying out a technique. That was where the creative process started from. I was exploring another technique just to practice and try out that area as an artist. So I was trying out another technique. So the self-well type came after when I was done. I now stared at it and I just had this different feeling as I looked at the art.
I see. So that was the evolution. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And you mentioned you use flash technique, but did you need any special tools to actually bring this to life? Or did you just use traditional means?
Actually, yeah, I use different things. In fact, I would say this is an app that really made me learn new things because I started with a bigger size of brush. So I used that and I got a particular design on the canvas. But then I wanted to get something else. But that brush wasn't giving me what I wanted. So I now tried a different brush, a smaller brush. I haven't used a branch from a tree. I just got a branch from one tree and tried to see the pattern to give me compared to the brushes I was using. I used brushes of different size actually. And then, as I said, I used a branch from a tree to explore. It actually worked. So yeah. Art is kind of very creative. It's not just about getting a brush, dipping it in a pen and just boom on the canvas. No. The manner in which you even do the spraying affects the outcome. I don't know if you get what I mean.
I get what you mean.
Exactly. So the technique you're using, getting a particular design that you want is different. There's a lot of things going on in the creative process. But that's a pinch of the iceberg though.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. It shows dedication to your work when you're willing to stop and realize that what I'm doing is not working and let me try new things. Yeah. Okay, so me looking at this piece, right, after you've told me what it meant, right, like I now see where you're coming from. Initially, what I saw was I thought you were trying to portray an abstract version of human connection. Right?
That's nice.
Because if you look at it in perspective, the thick lines look like they're above, and then as you go down, it looks like it's more dotted. So it looked to me like it was hierarchy system. So you telling me your own interpretation just shows how subjective art is.
I think that's the advantage that abstract art has over other art styles and all, because it lets people explore their own creative minds as well. The art can influence in different ways. So person A can connect differently to an art piece than person B.
Exactly. So it's pretty cool how we both had different interpretations. Obviously, your interpretation is the one at the top because you created this. But the fact that what I saw was basically hierarchy of society and yours was the human soul tells us a lot. So based on that, let's assume we didn't have this conversation and you just saw me at an art gallery looking at this piece, right? What would I tell you coming from the position of the admirer about the piece that would have made you joyful?
As you said, art is subjective. When it comes to abstract art especially, abstract art gives people an opportunity to connect with an art piece, irrespective of whatever the artist has in mind. If I were to meet you in an art gallery observing my piece, and then you tell me something different from what I originally painted or had in mind, I think I'll feel good because it makes me feel like, you actually connected to this art piece in a different light, and it makes me explore your own thought process. I want to see you connect with the art piece on your own terms, on your own level. In fact, personally, when it comes to abstract art, I want my audience connected personally to themselves, not necessarily what I had intended for it. That way, it helps me know that, these people connect with my art piece on a personal level.
I see. Plus, it would also help with your future work, I guess, because now you know the different thought processes of people, so you can easily apply that to your future work.
And can inspire me to do something in relation to what you just said or what the person's thought process is. It just widens creativity, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. And as you just mentioned, your style is not just bound to abstract art, right? Where you explore nature art. So based on that, how important is experimentation to your artistic process as a whole?
Experimentation to me, or generally?
For you, because you mentioned how you do nature art, you do abstract art, right? And a lot of times for people to do multiple styles, they have to experiment with different styles and then narrow it down to the ones they want to do.
Experimentation is essential to me because it helps me grow as an artist. It helps me explore other creative sides that can make me better in my art, make me have better skills in what I'm doing, and you can explore your full creative potential. It helps me diversify as a person. And then it is now in that exploration that you get to learn yourself as an artist. If you don't try out other stuff, how would you know which style you prefer over the other? It helps you know who you are or what you actually like as an artist. But yeah, experimentation is very important to me. I started out as a nature artist, painting sunsets and this kind of thing. But then I had this personal talk with myself, and then I figured that abstract art actually helps you create out of the unknown. I hope you get me though.
Yeah.
Abstract art actually helps you create from your mind. Like, you're not seeing a reference point. You're actually creating from your imagination, from your thought process. For instance, nature art, you are seeing nature. They are kind of replicating what you're seeing, or even portrait, for instance. You take a picture of someone and you're trying to recreate that picture. So you're actually seeing a reference point. But in abstract art actually helps you create something that is out of the ordinary. You are the creator of something that hasn't been. So it's special, it's new, it's different. I feel like it's more deep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, based on what you've said, right, do you think abstract art has a bigger role to play in society than just exploring creativity?
I think abstract art has a role to play in society in terms of building human connection. Because, truth be said, this life is not about, so you're going to school, you're going to this job. The other things about life that helps you as a person can be how you feel about something, or how you're feeling right now, or how your life has turned out from maybe like 10 years ago to now. And then someone is able to express that in a piece. It helps you connect. Like, yeah, it has a big role to play in terms of feeling and emotions and connecting with people.
Yeah, you're right. That's a pretty powerful message. It does create human connection.
Exactly, and it's a wonderful feeling, I guess.
Thank you for sharing that with us. So, what does the future hold for you as an artist? What plans do you have moving forward?
Okay, I would love to grow in skills, in learning new techniques, and also helping people connect through my art. I want people, when they look at my art, they feel at peace and relaxed, because I feel the world is too chaotic, kind of. So I want my art to reach a level where people just look at it and they feel relief, or they feel happy, or they feel joy, or they feel safe. I feel artwork can make someone feel safe. Basically, I want my art to inspire people, to just be themselves. And then build a community for myself, community of amazing people living their dreams and all. Yeah.
That's nice. Thank you for sharing that with us. We're looking forward to your growth as an artist for sure.
Thank you.
All right. That's all the questions I have regarding So Feel the Piece, right? So the next thing I wanted to ask you was about the Udocreatives app. We've made some major updates, but I just wanted to ask, based on what you know about the app, what do you like about it and what can we improve?
Okay, I went on that recently. I think it's a very good idea. It helps us as artists connect with each other, and then also art lovers. Yeah, I think it's an amazing idea. Well done. I wanted to ask as well, do you guys have an individual artist website link? For instance, if I display all my work there, I can get a link personalized for myself and put it on my Instagram bio, for instance. Someone can just easily click on it and then take it to the app. You can view available artists and things like that.
Yes, so each person's profile has a link. All you need to do is share the profile and it will give you the link. So I just wanted to talk about some other things real quick. So some of the features that we have added. So we've added this thing called the spotlight feature, which is just for highlighting different artists. So the way it works is, instead of having some algorithm that says, okay, you like this kind of pictures, I'm only going to show you this kind of creativity or this kind of work, we're trying to build a community hub. So what we want is that we want people to be able to find inspiration from the most unlikeliest of places. So the spotlight feature randomizes who is being shown. So no matter how many subscribers you have or how famous you are on the app, the chances of you being seen through the spotlight feature is equal for everyone, right? And every time you refresh the page, it shows you a new set of work. So there's no shortage of inspiration. We also have this discussion feature where people can come in and ask questions, right? So there are two types of discussions you can have. If you post your work on the app, someone can go there and directly discuss your work. They can go to the discussion section of that art piece and you guys can start talking. Or they can also just go straight to the forum discussion section and just ask a question to the entire community. Or they can even direct message you if need be. And obviously, if someone is direct messaging you and you're not happy with it, you can block them. The aim of the discussion feature and the spotlight feature in general is to make sure that anyone who's starting out on their art journey has an already existing base of information to start from. For example, let's say someone is shy and they don't really have people around them and they want to go into abstract art and they don't know who to ask, right? Instead of them maybe having to struggle to build up that confidence to go and ask people, they should just be able to go on the app and ask a question, or maybe that question has already been asked, right? So they should be able to go on the app and see information about how to start abstract art and move on from there. We've noticed a lot of times a lot of other social media platforms make people to basically turn into influencers to be seen. So you have to keep on posting and following the trends, using the same sounds, making videos just for people to see you. So you're competing with so many other people. But here, we don't want people to be competing. We're trying to create a safe space for creatives, right? It's almost like, imagine a building where you can just come in, chill, talk with different creatives, see their work, and then go back home and sleep. No one's competing with the other to be seen. We're trying to show everyone off, right? So we have this feature called Glances, where instead of putting all the trendy videos or all the process videos, everything into your main feed, because that can clutter it up, you can just put it as a glance, and it's a 7-day story that stays there. So everyone who's subscribed to you, or people who see it on the spotlight page, know that this is what you've been working on for the past 7 days. And you can put a glance in there every day if you want. Nothing's stopping you from doing that. But now we're taking away the pressure of having to constantly post for validation, or constantly have to do both your artwork and basically become an influencer just to be seen. We want people to concentrate on their creativity. There's no pressure, all of those things. Then we also have the feed section, which is your own corner of the woods. You only see your work and people that you're subscribed to. So, if you want to get new inspiration from people you don't know or something like that, you could go to the spotlight page. But if you only want to follow what your friends are doing or what people you're subscribed to are doing, like maybe your mentors or people that you look up to, you go to your feed page and it only shows you their work and it's done chronologically, right? So everything is layered in that sense.
Okay, that's amazing.
Thank you. So that's what we've been working on. We're trying to make sure people have a safe space. So based on this, I don't know if you have any features that you would like to suggest, or if there's any feature that I've mentioned that stands out to you.
I want to ask a question.
Okay.
Is the platform specifically for African, or it covers everybody?
Oh, it covers everyone. Right now, we do have a ton of African art on the platform, because when we first started out, that's where we were getting the most responses on. But we don't want it to be localized in the sense where you're only getting inspiration from African art. We want people to be able to explore. That way, different cultures can intermingle and different artists and creatives can get inspiration from people from the ends of the earth who might have a whole different kind of style. So we want to open that avenue, that door.
All right. Is there a payment aspect? For instance, when someone probably purchases an art piece of an artist, a process after that to probably show you that, hey, this art piece is no longer available, or someone has purchased an art piece of yours, this is the next process, and then like other procedures to finally, close that deal. Is there anything like that?
Okay. Regarding your question, we don't actually do any payment on the app. Right, so we don't actually even sell work on the app, because we're not trying to do sales. We're not trying to have commissions. We just want people to show off their work, right, for free.
It's like an art gallery. Basically.
Yes. So just show off your work. Check out other people's work. Show the world what you can do. Look at what other people can do. If they want to buy from you, they can always direct message you on the app. We don't do transactions on the app at all.
Okay,
right?
so there's no part for putting your art description, then putting the price you want to sell in case there's a buyer there, even though you're saying now that it's not like a marketplace to buy artworks, more like a display.
You can put the price of the art piece. You can put in the description and say this is for sale. We're not going to stop you from doing that for sure, right? You're allowed to say in the description that this work is for sale and this is how much I'm selling it for, or this work is for sale, DM me for price. You're free to go ahead and do that. But we're just saying that we would not be processing the transaction, right? But there's nothing stopping you from doing that at all. Feel free.
Okay.
Maybe sometime down the line, if there's a demand for it, where everyone is like, hey, the platform is really good, but we would like to sell our work on it as well, then we would consider that. But as at this point in time, we are trying to just create more like a community where you could just show what you're made of and admire what other people are doing and get inspiration. It's more like a growth tool. So for new creatives, for aspiring creatives, right, is a place where they can come in and hit the ground running real quick. For people who are already established in the creative world, is a place where they can come in, get inspiration from others, look for people they can collaborate with, get seen by galleries, museums, buyers, right? Like people will still see you and want to buy your work. And then for people who are not even creatives, who just admire it, for them to just come and see what's there, maybe see one or two pieces they would like to buy, or they might see someone that they say, okay, I like your style, commission something for me, right? So there's something in there for everyone. And we do give people freedom to go and message you and say, okay, are you willing to sell this art? Is this still available? Like, we're not going to stop you from doing that. We just won't be processing the transactions.
I think there's really demand for that. Yeah, as I said, I think that's great. I can't think of opening the part of purchase.
For sure. So thank you so much for taking the time to do this with us. Thank you for sharing everything you shared with us, and thank you for your continuous support. Obviously, it means a lot to us that you've been supporting us and you're still supporting us, and you're helping us look at ways where we can improve. I cannot stress how grateful we are for that. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. And you're welcome as well.
Thank you so much. All right then, Ebere, it was great talking with you. Have a great rest of your day and take care.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye. Yeah.